Being invested in something is a lot different than being hooked. Investing yourself means committing. It means you're locked in and are determined to see something to the end. And those moments are the topic of today's video. And what better series to talk about than the most iconic of our childhoods? See, I think one of the primary ways you become invested in something is the moment you truly care for the characters. And nothing is more indicative of this than Gaara and Naruto's scuffle. Lee's backstory is a close second, but this one has it for me. During the attack on the leaf during the training exams, Gaara goes berserk. He half transforms into Shukaku. But all's well cause Sasuke is there to catch a fat fucking L. Just before ending him, Gaara is stopped by Naruto and the two engage in combat. Gaara has had a rough life, to put it lightly. Being born to one-tailed Jinchuriki, he's been completely and utterly alone. The Sand Village scolding and fearing his every move, except one person, Yashimaru, his uncle and guardian after his mom died during childbirth. The young lad only knows pain, not the physical kind that sand around him blocks, but the aching in his heart that agonizes him. Aching, his caretaker teaches him the antidote for love. But his betrayal causes Gaara to realize he will always be alone. And so he should only love and fight for himself. That's what he believes love to be. It's honestly the very same sentiment that Naruto once found himself trapped in. And he really wants to beat Gaara, to prove his experiences to be something valuable. And this culminates in this fight with Gamabunta and Shukaku's release form, and of course, Naruto's devastating headbutts. The two lay down, unable to muster up any action, except Naruto manages to painfully inch his way toward Gaara. He questions the source of his strength, what exactly is driving him, and again does he find the same answer he was told all those years ago: love. And the empathy Naruto showcases manages to shake free the aching in his heart. I love the parallels drawn between Naruto and Gaara here. Gaara realizes that he doesn't need to be alone, he can love and be loved. It's such a great moment for Naruto too. The commitment to his ideals, the stubborn unwillingness to leave Gaara alone is just so good for his character. It was right then and there that I fell in love with the characters and the series. Attack on Titan, what many will revel as the greatest anime ever, of course was the series I invested myself in early on, specifically the female Titan arc. Honestly, it's kinda hard to pinpoint an exact moment, but I'm also not gonna go over the entire arc, so I'll just settle for the forest. One thing this scene does extremely well is atmosphere. Even think about these scenes as I'm reading the script out loud, it's giving me goosebumps. The gigantic trees have weird holes and crevices and spikes sticking out. It's off-putting. The forest seems to stretch out miles and miles on end. It gives off this very mysterious vibe, like anything could be around any corner at any time. And then Annie, as the female Titan, crashes the party, and suddenly the tone shifts to a high-speed chase. Motherfuckers are dropping like flies left and right, yet the squad Levi, the goats of Titans, let him choose to simply ride on. Eren, seeing the amount of death transpiring around him, almost transforms to fight Annie, except Petra steps in and asks him to put his faith in the squad. Just like how they're putting their faith in Levi, and Levi's putting his faith in Eren. And Levi, being the hard ass he is, actually leaves the choice up to Eren. It's a moment that gives me the tingles looking back on it. Even Levi, the Titan-slaying god of the Survey Corps, doesn't know if he should trust his own strength or the strength of his comrades. It's a moment that humanizes Levi, makes it feel more mortal, while also illustrating the terror of the unknown in this series. Both choices Eren can make, trusting the squad or fighting on his own, can lead to catastrophe, and no one knows what the right answer is. Still, Eren chooses to put his trust in them, and they deliver suit. Until... It's a tragedy just how much faith the story puts into these characters, just for it to be revealed that Eren made the wrong choice. It's so fucking gripping. These scenes are so compelling. From a character standpoint, from a thematic standpoint, from a fucking action standpoint, it's so good. And I was locked and loaded from here on out. Now, I know manga isn't the title of the video, but fuck that shit. I want to talk about an animated original. Cyberpunk Edge Runners. When was I convinced that I was watching something truly special? I'm gonna get meta a bit and just say that the flaw of this video idea is that I've finished all these stories before. What I mean is that it's hard to judge the first time you experience something when it's not the first time you experience something. I know these characters. I know the fates that befall all of them. So it's difficult to pinpoint when I invest in myself when I know the payoff of that investment already. For example, I really want to say episode 2 with David and Luffy on the moon. Luffy, but that's probably because of how it ties in with the ending. A lot of yap just to say the concept of the video is just for a little structure. I don't want to drive myself crazy over trying to stick to it like glue. With all that being said, episode 3 shows David finally acclimating with the crew, taking on jobs, and turning into a fully fledged cyberpunk. He's finally found a sense of belonging here, and it shows. The mood is so vibey, heartfelt, and bouncy, and boom. I love how brilliantly this scene is foreshadowed in the beginning of the episode. The shots themselves aren't that impressive, it's literally cut from the scene itself, but it's how the episode leaves this dangling in your head as you watch montage after montage, conversation after conversation with fairly normal, dare I say, happy vibes. And then you are thrust back into Night City, the city without happy endings. This moment made me really come to terms with just how fucked up this world is, how cruel and unusual it could be. Like everything seemed to be going so well and then it just wasn't. Plus, I really like how David develops here, initially shocked and probably frightened at this dude's death, yet when Luffy, God bro, why do I keep saying Luffy bro, god damn. Yet when Lucy needs her help, he delivers. It shows his sense of duty, his willingness to jump into the fire even if he gets burnt, which in retrospect is his defining character trait. And obviously the finale of these episodes is just the cherry on top. In conclusion, I fucking love this series, I love this goddamn moment, and I was 100% locked in to see how it would finish. Dr. Stone has got to be one of the most underrated anime and manga to ever come out. No one seems to talk about this one all that much, and I don't know why. It's laced with an intriguing narrative, a power system quote unquote that's literally down to earth, and a cast of characters that very quickly becomes close to your heart. All of this can be seen in one fight, Chrome versus Magma. To set the scene a bit, Senku and the gang need to win the grand bout, a sort of tournament to see who will be the next village head. Now the gang had a plan of using Kinro here to beat Magma's ass, but through a series of dumbassery, it's up to Chrome to fight this fight. And god damn it, does this fight deliver. But Chrome doesn't, at least in the beginning, as he gets rocked. But he never was a bronze type of guy. He's a science user, and his plan is to use Suika's melon head with glasses sat snug in his holes to focus sunlight on Magma and light his bitch ass on fire. I really like the novelty of this idea in general. It's science, just plain and simple, and I love how this builds on to what's already shown in the past. Now Senku yells at him, saying that this stunt won't work because of the type of lens the helmet has. My fucking goat already knows and planned in advance. You know what the fuck he did? He filled it with his literal sweat and tears. Bro, that's so goddamn cool. His determination and tenacity, the fucking mama mentality he got, I love it. I really fuck with Chrome as a character in this. And of course, the series. And it was just so satisfying to see Magma's bitch ass fucking catch on fire. That was also great. And yeah, if you have a manga in mind or a moment in mind that made you invested, leave it down in the comments below. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Peace.